Hi, this is Cousin Russ. Uh, I saw a blog post today, and I thought I would share it with you because I find it's awesome. And since we're involved with the genealogy do-over, I thought I would add another tool to my toolbox. And it's from the England Historic and Genealogical Society. And the blog post is came in, and it said, and here's what the blog post, the URL, and the URL for the website for New England Historic and Genealogical Society is at AmericanAncestors.org, and the links will be with this blog post. And it's a membership website, and I subscribe because they got a lot of great resources there. And they have a blog, and that's what I want to share with you. And that's what caught my attention was the blog post that said we recently implemented a new feature. I like new features in the NEHGS library catalog. And I like websites with catalogs because I use them. And they implemented a new feature called My List. And now let me take you to the blog post itself. And again, I will have more information about this blog post. I have a link to that in the comments here. So here is the blog post. It says, add My List to the NEHGS library catalog. And you scroll down in the blog post and they show you how to do it. Well, I'm going to show you how to do it because I have already found some resources there. So I'm going to go to AmericanAncestors.org, the website, and I have logged in, and there's the blog has a link at the bottom right-hand corner of the page right next to the frequently asked questions. But I'm going to go and do a search. And if I hover over the word search, you see the library catalog. On websites like this, I will go to the catalog first and look around to see what's there. So I'm going to go to the catalog, and I'm going to do a search. Now, I'm not going to do a keyword search because all I want to do is see what they have on the Worthington surname. So I'm going to go over here to subject. You can go keyword search or title search or author search, call number advanced. I'm going to go with subject. And I like right underneath the keyword search, the subject search, they give you hints on how to enter it. Like, so I'm going to, based on their hint, I'm going to type in Worthington Family. And I'm going to click search. I want to see if they have anything on the Worthington family. And sure enough, they do. And I'll zoom in on this here in a second. But I want to do something first because I read the blog and it said you want to have a catalog login. That's a different login than the website login. But this now will allow me to create a list, my own list. And I am logging in with my last name and my membership number. And now I'm going into the card catalog as me, so it knows where I'm going. And right across the top, the left-hand side is some help, a bunch of good help articles right here. And it also reminds me you have logged into the library catalog of New England Historic Genealogical Society as Worthington. So, well, that's correct. So I am logged in, I am a member, and I won't go through on how you do that, but I'm going to do a new search. I'm going to actually redo the old search, but I'm going to come in after I've logged in. I wanted to show you the steps to let you know, for me, to know that there's something there for me to spend my time here. And I already have 12, I saw 12 hints. Now we're going to go back after that. So I'm going to do the subject search. If I was not showing a how-to thing or how I do it, I would have missed, I would have gone directly here, but I wanted to show how I got here. And there's another feature which if you play around with a site, you'll know that I can create some favorite searches, but again, I'm not instructing how to use the website. I'm more interested in my findings and how I use it. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you can see that there are, first of all, there's 12 items in their library that have the Worthington surname. Now, I have a pretty good handle on the Worthingtons that were in, there's 4 Worthington lines that came into the colonies back in the 1700s. So I pretty well know where these people are. Now, this 12th book with this red cover, I have on my bookshelf. But you know what? I'm going to put it in my library. So I'm going to click on the name of the book, and it'll bring it up, and it's going to give me some more information about that book. Now, this is just like what's in the blog post. So this is one of mine, and it just tells me there's a bunch of pages, some maps, some tables, including an index. Oh, that's a good thing. I always like indexes. Now, I'm going to rate it 5-star because I know it's a good book. I have it, like I said. So I'm going to now put this into my library. So I have it here. It's located on the 7th floor. So I am going to save to my list. This is that new feature that the blog talked about. So I'm going to save it to my list. Now, I cheated a little bit because I created a couple lists to put stuff in while I was trying to figure out how this website works. Save records to what list? I can select a list if I have a couple, but I just have Worthingtons in New England. I'm going to create a new list because I know this book is about English Worthingtons. So I'm going to type Worthingtons in England, and I can put a description. I know the author. I've emailed him back and forth. He's a genealogist in England, and he's written a number of books on my family. So I know a little bit about this guy. If I would learn how to type, I'd be so much happier. So that's my list of names. Any item that I find in this collection, that are in England, and I'm going to, I shouldn't have said that. I'm just going to say English Worthingtons. I am so sorry. Yeah, when you've got a bunch of stuff going on in your computer. So I have just created a new list, and I have saved that record to that list. Now I'm going back to the previous screen, and I'm going to see what else is here, because I want to organize these books into separate shelves, or I guess you could call them. So I know where this book is. So now I want to go back to, this is record 12 of 12. So I'm going to go to the previous record. Remember, I got 12 hits. So I'm going to go to the previous one because I did the last one first. And this is about English Providence Society of Jesus. Now, I am not sure, so I'm going to leave. I actually know a little bit more about this, but I'm going to leave it where it is. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to put this into that Worthington category, the Worthington, England, because this book talks about the family, and I actually found this book at the Family History Library in Salt Lake City. So I've read that book before, so I'm going to put it in my Worthington in England list, and I'm going to submit it. And I'm going back to the previous screen, which will take me back to that book list. And we did number 11, and we already did 12. So I'm going to back to number 10 and see what this one is. And I'm not going to do them all, but I want to do a couple so I can show you a couple other things. Now, I don't know about this one yet. I will spend more time with it later, and I don't want to do it here. I bet you I know who that is. That is someone who I know in New England. In fact, I hope to see her in a couple weeks. There's another English connection, which I'm not going to go to that one. I'm going to see what the next record back is, and I may do. Here we go. This is the genealogy of the Worthington family, and it's in New England. And I happen to know that because I have this book, but since it's at New England, I don't have to carry it. If I go up there, I don't have to carry it into Boston. I know where it is because I'm going to save it to my list. And again, I'm going to put in to the New England list. Now, I'm not going to do any more searches, but I would categorize each of those books into a list so I can look later. So now what I want to do is go to my account, because I want to stay here because I want to look at my list. And because we've got some options when we get into my list. So I click on my account, and then I'm clicking on my list. And when it comes up, I have two lists, Worthington in New England and Worthington in England. So I have 3 books in this list and 2 books in this list. So I'm going to click on New England Worthingtons, the book that I just put there, and there they are. Now I happen to know this person who has this. This is not a book, but it is in New England. I want to see that. So when I go to Boston, I want to see that folder because it's something that's important. Now, I bring this up because I made a mistake earlier. I put that medieval Worthington families in medieval England in the wrong category, the wrong list. I have it in New England, and this book is pre-1600s. So I'm going to select that book, and I could delete it, but I don't want to delete it. I want to move that book from this list to the Worthington in England list. It brought up my list, and I select, and Worthington in England is where I'm going to put that book. So I can organize my book. I can create my own link, my own list, so that when I go to Boston and go to visit the New England Historic and Genealogical Society, I can I have my catalog with my own list with me that I can go and find what I'm looking for. So it's a new update to AmericanAncestors.org. I like it. I really like it. And it's another item for my genealogy do-over toolkit. Thank you. Have a great day.